really excited to be back on with the phenomenal coach, speaker, and author Tanya J. Miller. We were previously talking about living unapologetic on purpose, and things were heating up real quick. As you can see, we're on a new platform. We had to work through things, but it's really important for us to get this in our systems today. So, just picking up where we left off, we were talking about how, Tanya was talking to us about how a lot of times the people in our lives, especially the women, we've only seen one side of their narrative. Like, we've only seen one side of the story when it comes to just seeing them be the strong person and be everything to everybody and put themselves and their personal dreams on hold. So do you want to talk a little bit about that again, Tanya?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, a lot of times, like I said, you see mama putting everybody else first. You see granny putting everybody first. You see big mama putting everybody else first. They didn't come up with the term baby boy out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times you see them being everything for everybody, being the strong mama, uh being a strong wife, being the strong, person in the community, doing everything for everybody else, but oftentimes not doing things for themselves. And not only not doing things for themselves, not taking care of themselves, not, putting themselves first every now and then, and definitely, not sometimes, doing the things that they desire most. It's not that you can't be a great wife and a great mom and still do your purpose. Like, yes, that's a part of it, but that's not all of who you are. And I think some of what we're beginning to like even experience in our generation, in our lifetime, or just where we're at right now, that's why self-care is so big. It's a big topic because literally for years, decades, women didn't think about that. Women put everybody else first, and then you start seeing the statistics of women, dying from all these different things, and a lot of it was attributed to stress or, putting, literally, I used to say you eat everything. You eat all your emotions, you eat everything, and you're not doing anything to resolve it, to figure it out, to work through it, and to grow through it. And so, part of that sometimes is not doing your purpose. You are doing everything else, but what's literally on the inside of you, what's literally just tapping and wanting to leap, but can't leap. You feel me? Like, it want to leap. It want to meet is Mary. Elizabeth want to meet is Mary, but hey, you putting everybody else and doing everything, but you still sitting here wanting your baby to leap, and your baby can't leap because you're not even making time and room. So that's what we've seen, and that's where we're at, and like we've come into that realization. That's if you will, that's what our generation before us now they're coming to realize that. Like, that's why you even can see sometimes women, that are our mothers or grandmothers, like, I'm doing me, they had a little party, like, I'm doing me, this, like, it's my time now, that's great. I'm celebrating you, but we have to be ones to own our lifetime of purpose, not just our moment.
Ooh, I like that. Our lifetime of purpose and not just a moment.
I know. I said that too. I was like, that's gonna be a shirt. That's gonna be a message to you. I felt that in my Noah. I felt it.
Exactly. Like, the thing is, also understanding that purpose evolves. Like, your purpose in your 20s may be different from your purpose in your 30s. I think we tend to fall into this. We're conditioned to view purpose as this stationary thing. It's like, oh, because you hear people say, oh, I found my purpose, and it leaves you always wondering, well, what is that thing I'm supposed to be doing? Whereas a lot of times that's really not how it unfolds. It may be a general theme that your purpose falls under, but what that actually looks like at different stages in your life is something totally different. And so being open to embracing that and not trying to make something fit or make something
stick
to be your, because that's not it, And I think a lot of times we box ourselves out of the big life that God wants for us because we're trying to make something fit. Like, I've got to find that it thing, and it might be more than one thing. And so you're just, it's not going to feel right because you're trying to make something be your purpose that's really not. I think there's a misunderstanding of what purpose really, really is.
See, you over here got me like I'm trying to hold it in. Like I was like, oh, she going in. Oh, okay, hold on. But like you said, a couple of things. One, purpose evolves. Like, that's when I talk about my brand and my business, and I talk about the 4 pillars: purpose, passion, vision, destiny. I literally say it's both a foundation, but it's also a wheel, because it's always moving, it's always going, it's always evolving. So when you said it, I was like, she got it. Oh my gosh, she got it. Like, literally, that is the thing. Like, your passion, it's what ignites it. The purpose is where you begin to figure out, okay, this is what's in me, this is what I'm called to. And the vision is the roadmap. But with any road, it can take you different paths. And not only is it a road, you can even look at it as a tree with many branches. The roots are the passion, the trunk is the purpose, the tree, the limbs is the vision, and the destiny are the leaves. And leaves are always coming and going, growing and changing. And so when I tell people that, I say it like that for the simple fact that where you start might not be where you end, but it's from where you started how you're able to grow. Because, like, just seriously think about it, what you do and how you started. Tell me again tell me again what you first started with, because I know you got a couple of things, girl. You got a couple.
Right. I first started creating inspirational journals.
Okay.
Because I wanted to inspire women to live a big life, and I was trying to do that through designing journals. So that was how I actually started.
So you started with journals, you was inspiring that way, and then I want to say you have a business now too, and you have a podcast, and you have a couple of other things, but nothing has changed from your purpose to be inspiring women. Nothing has changed. There's just been now much fruit that has come from it. Think about that. This is just fruit. That's how you know you in the right place. That's how you know it's evolving. Your purpose is fruit, and the fruit of your purpose and the different things that you do with it, that's what's intended. That's what's supposed to happen. And like you said, it might change, like where you start and how you helping people, because that women, and that's your purpose. What you're doing now may go down the road, and 10 years later you may be doing it something completely different. But nothing has changed. There's just now new limbs. There's just now new branches. There's now new leaves of where it's taking you. But it's still all in the same wheelhouse. It's still rolling. It's still evolving. And so it's still you doing it all unapologetically on purpose. And that's the thing. Like you said, don't stay stuck doing something just because that's what you first started with. If your purpose is taking you from, not just writing books, but now to doing a podcast, or doing speaking engagements, or creating workshops, or even going into a classroom and being a guest lecturer. Nothing has changed. You just added more fruit to your purpose. That's how you do it. Like, you don't say, no, I'm just supposed to be an author. I'm not, he just told me to write. Okay, that might be, but I doubt it.
Right. Maybe in that season.
Like we said. Yeah, like we said, it, for the moment, but it might change for the lifetime. Like, that's what it is for the moment, but it doesn't mean that it won't change.
Right. And I completely agree with that. And one of the things that is the result of you trying to stay somewhere too long, you end up, for instance, if I would have tried to make those journals my end all be all. Like, now, if you go on my website, there are no journals. That was for a season. But if I would have tried to make those journals be my purpose and be everything to my purpose, I would have likely grown to even resent those girls, because it would have drove me to a place of burnout and overwhelm. And because when you're trying to something against God's will, that's what shows up, and you have to be careful with that, even in your relationships, even in the people and the places and things that are attached to you. I recently had a podcast named Check Expiration Date, because there are some things that we try to hold on to beyond their time in our lives, people who are attached to us beyond their expiration date, and just like, I think the analogy I used was milk that has expired. If you try to drink some milk that has expired, you're going to get sick, because it's not healthy for your system. And it works the same way with people. It works the same way with jobs. It works the same way with the way we spend money. I mean, every element of our life, we have to check the expiration date, because anything we allow to remain attached to us beyond its time of use has the capability to be unhealthy and create those unhealthy ripples in our life. And so just being aware that even when it comes to your purpose, are you trying to hold on to something that's beyond its expiration date? And learning how letting those things go opens you up for so much more.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And that's, like you said, owning it is you taking that responsibility. You even give it, empowering yourself to know this isn't where you want to stay, and where you want to go. And for some women, that's hard. I'm just real. Like, that's difficult. That is hard to make changes when this is how it's always been. This is what it's always looked like. This is how I've always had it. Well, this they've been here forever, and you just want me to change because, I know it's not healthy. I know it's not the best. I know I'm not doing my life on purpose. I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but it's going to require more than what I think I'm strong enough to do. You hear that? Like, that's a lot of sometimes the self-talk that's not good self-talk that happens. But what we're telling you today, what Sherell and what Brittany and I are telling you today, is that you have to know that no matter what, you have to be doing life on purpose. It's going to be hard. It may be challenging. It may be rough. It may get difficult. But you'll be able to face yourself in the mirror. You'll be able to know that you know that you're going in the right direction. You'll be able to know beyond a shadow of a doubt He's pleased. You know what I'm saying? And that you not, listen, you're not wasting your time. You're not having to wait to 50, 60 to say, it's my time now. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like to the point she said, you might need to check some expiration dates. Like, that might be part of what you need to hear today. And to get you to understand your first step in unapologetically. Check the expiration dates on things and see what needs to be removed, see what needs to be refreshed, see what needs to be redesigned, see what needs to be looked up. And right now is the perfect time. Right now is the perfect time to do some spring cleaning and to clean out your life of a refrigerator where you've been holding way too much and not letting stuff go.
Indeed. And I'm glad you mentioned the pain that comes with letting go, because it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And a survivor of a domestic violence, physically and verbally abusive relationship, I understand firsthand the pain that comes with it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real, as like I'm always, like I always am. But when people know that someone has been in a toxic relationship or an unhealthy relationship or an abusive relationship, and they get out, what people don't talk about is the realness behind it. Like, you don't, even though you know you deserve better, you don't come out of it necessarily wanting that better. Like, there are plenty of moments where you actually want to go back. There are moments where you want to go back to that person, that place, that thing, And that's because you get almost addicted to the pain. It's like, it's painful, but at least I know what to expect. I know what type of pain to expect.
It's painful and it's comfortable.
Right. It's just convenient. But when you're healing is painful too. Like, healing has its own set of pain, and it's a whole new set of unknown pain that you have to navigate, because it's tough when you got to turn the mirror around on you. Because while you're in that relationship and while you have these people, places, and things attached to you, a lot of your attention is diverted to them and the things wrong with them and the way they're treating you wrong. But when you take up that cross and you decide to heal, then that requires you to flip that mirror around on you. And
you got to start dealing with you.
Right. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are. All of us have things that must be worked through that are painful, things that we don't even, things we're embarrassed, thoughts we've had that we're embarrassed we've even thought, things that we've experienced that we may have not told anyone because we're ashamed that we even were in that situation to begin with. Healing hurts, don't but throughout that process, you have to remind yourself of your desired outcome and think about that peace that comes with it. Because when you live unapologetically on purpose, there is a peace that comes with being in alignment with your purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before what I was telling you, like, that's kind of how, a lot of people ask me, like, Tanya, like, you always been like this? I was fortunate. I was fortunate to have a mom, and she has her own story, her own testimony, and I would never share that, without her giving permission. But they had it hard. They had it hard. My granny had things hard. And so one of the things she taught me and taught us early on is to be unapologetic, if you will, and to own ourselves. I had said, she would tell us over and over again, can't nobody beat you being you. Like, she made sure that we were sure of ourselves and sure of whatever it was that came to the table, and then she would tell us, you are who you're supposed to be. Like, I talk to so many people, especially women, that say, like, your mama talked to you like this? Like, she taught you this? Like, I wish I had somebody like that. And that was even part of why I wrote the book, Things My Mama Said, because I felt like I would hear it so much, because I would talk about her in my blog, now it's a blog, child. I would talk about her and Talking with Tanya, and people like, dang, your mama is off the chain, but she real though. Like, she real, and she keep it real, and she be like, own it. And so I would just hear, like, people would say, I wish my mom was like that. I wish she would say it like that. And so that was part of even why I wrote the book. But I said that all to say that, you have to be that way. And you have to know there's nothing wrong with you. Like, who you are, how you were made, there's nothing wrong. And that is even that self conversation, having that self awareness and even owning your truth of who you are is part of how you can even be unapologetic on purpose. Because you start with you start with how you feel, how you look, how you be, literally. Like, one thing she would teach me early on, and it's like, it's crazy, because like, we just got, I can't even explain it. Like, we just got this, it's not pride, it's just, we know who we are and we good. Like, my family, and it's like my extended family called the McAllister family. Like, we have this thing called a flat nose. You see, like, my glasses, they don't even stay up on my nose because it's flat, because ain't no bridge right there. It's just this part, and that's it. But this nose, this right here, this mud is a signature McAllister nose, and everybody that got one, like, that's even how they say, oh yeah, that's your baby. They got the nose. That's them. And it's like a badge of honor. And like, you were taught that early on, to love yourself, to be happy with all of you. Because think about it. I had a flat nose. I'm a little lighter now, but I had a real round face. And so folk will be trying to be like, oh, you got a flat face. Oh, you got a pancake face. And because I had already been taught early on, okay, my face round, I got a flat nose. Matter of fact, this is a McAllister nose, so and what? Like, you couldn't come at me and make me feel any type of way about myself, because my mama had already taught me how to be able to love me and to be able to own all of who I was. You know, she would say, flow with your flaws. They might be flaws to somebody else, but I'm a flow regardless, because that's a part of who I am. And nothing about me is wrong. Nothing about me is not what it was supposed to be. I am who I was supposed to be. Now, would I like to tweak some things? For sure. We can get rid of this little stomach. We could do that. But until and if that ever never happens, I gotta love me for me. And that's how I start. That's the root. That's how you start to do the work of being able to live unapologetically. And so that's a part of also what I talk about and what I preach and what I literally over and over again try to motivate, try to inspire, try to encourage. Like, you gotta be able to be you. Because if you can't be able to be you and accept that, we're not going to be able to do no more work. Like, we can't even get no work, because you're going to be comparing yourself. You're going to be feeling like, well, such and such over here said this they purpose, and they doing way better than me, and they got 500 likes on their last post, and I ain't give a 5. So maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. For real. I'm going to give y'all one more thing, and I'm going to throw it back to Brittany. My daddy, and this is probably how I am able, because literally, people be like, Tanya, you have been so consistent. Like, you are so consistent with what you do. It's because I was taught early on, if I help somebody, okay, I may never reach the masses. I may never reach global Instagram, whatever thing. I may never. But if I reach that one somebody, that means that one somebody was the person that I was assigned to. And if that message hit, if it saved their life, if it transformed them, if it impacted them, if it helped them to start doing life unapologetically, I did my job. I must just have been up that day just for you. This was your tailor-made word, and that's what it was. And that even the more is how you are able to do whatever it is you're supposed to do. Because I guarantee the journals was just the start. That was the start of your purpose. That was the start of getting you to start doing this thing unapologetically. That was the start of you digging in and to uncovering this assignment that you had. But you had to start with the journals. You had to start with the journals. And I guarantee you may even impact then, even if it wasn't but a few. That was a part of the journey. That was a part of the beginning of you uncovering and peeling the layers back so that you can continue to blossom in the fruit of your purpose. So yeah. Even if it's just one. Even if it's just one that's even looking at this broadcast. Even if it's just one that catch this replay. And it hits you. And it resonate and it changed and mess your whole pandemic crisis COVID-19 up, and you working on all of what we talked about. Me and Brittany done did our job. Period.
Right. And that reminds me of the scripture with the shepherd who left his flock for that one sheep, that one, and that's the power of one. That's the power of assignment. And understanding. And I think when people understand that we have specific people who are assigned to us, that will shift everything, because there are going to be rooms I step in. My message does not resonate with everyone, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But it will resonate with the ones that it's supposed to. Ones who are assigned to my voice, the ones who are assigned to my purpose that I'm putting out. It will do everything that it's supposed to do for them. But again, that goes back to that notion we have that we're supposed to be everything to everybody. So if we don't do the whole room, then something must be wrong. Mm-hmm. Or I didn't do something right. Or I'm not enough. And the truth is, those just ain't your people.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
Don't read into that deeper than what it is. Mm-hmm. Those just ain't your people. And you might walk into a room and not move anybody in that room. Nobody might not be intrigued with what you have to say, and that's fine. That ain't your tribe. That's all.
And listen, y'all. Listen, if y'all watching this and y'all catching this and it's hitting, y'all need to understand. Me and Brittany was in whole warfare for about an hour to even get this broadcast going. So if this month was for you, you got to understand this was a whole tailor-made message for you, because we was going through for straight warfare for over an hour to even try and get this thing going. We done switched platforms. We done got listen, we got computers, laptops, phones. So understand, this is definitely for you. You was in the right place at the right time to learn what you need to do to be able to do this thing called life unapologetically, because it's your time. You don't need to wait no more. This is your time. Hear me today. It is your time. Waiting to next year. You know how my daddy would say, this old school, right? He would say that, because I'm a PK if you didn't figure it out. And they would, back in the day in the Baptist, they would say at the end, listen, this is how you know I'm Baptist, the invitation to discipleship, when they would open the doors of the church, they would be like, don't wait until you don't be trying to wait till you think you got things together already. You will never have it all together ready. He would be like, don't wait till you put this in a row and that in a row, and you stop doing this and you stop doing that. Come now. That's what he would say when he would open the doors of the churches. So I'm telling y'all today, come now. Come as you are. Bring your whole self to this situation called your life, and let's do the work to get you to do it. Let's get you to work to own it. Let's get you to work to be it. Let's get you the work, the help, the resources, the tips. Work with Brittany. Work with myself. Find somebody. Like she said, we might not be your tribe, but find somebody so that you can stop living life for others and start showing up and living life for yourself.
Right, because let me tell you about the type of hurt you don't want. Is when you decide to procrastinate and not operate in obedience, and you mess around and see somebody else walking in what you were supposed to be doing. Because there are a lot of people walking around right now with their head hanging because they knew they had that idea, they had that dream, they had that goal, but they let it stay up here in their head and did nothing with it. They talked themselves out of it. They said, well, I need to do this for the kids. I don't need to invest in this right now because I need to make sure the house is good first, or I need to make sure, we go ahead and redo grandma's porch first. Like, they came up with all of these things and talked themselves right on out of their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have to face the fact that somebody 2 houses down is doing it and doing it big. And it ain't nothing about stealing your idea or somebody stealing your goal. And it's about you ain't do what God told you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't already said the rocks cry. I mean, so don't think you stop his show. Don't think that. And what I would hate is for you to have that thing and allow procrastination, allow lack of confidence, allow excuses, just any of that to come in between you walking in your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's somebody else doing it. Because please believe, it's going to get done.
Oh, yeah.
With it out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, get the help you need. So, speaking of that, getting the help you need, really quick, let's talk about coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like, especially in the Black community, Black women, we don't talk about coaching enough. I know personally, for me, the only time before I launched my business that I heard about coaching, it was in relation to sports.
Mm-hmm.
Investing in a coach for my business, investing in a coach for purpose or personal development, that was foreign. And yet, once I experienced it for myself, that was life-changing. People always ask me, well, what was the thing that happened? Like, what, because you just kind of took off.
Mm-hmm.
I already had the vision. You already got to have the mindset that I got to get this done by any means necessary. You've got to have that mentality already. You've got to have ambition. You've got to have the ability to be consistent, or the commitment to being consistent. You've got to have that on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But when you combine that with the expertise and the accountability of a coach who knows what they're doing, who really cares, who operates out of a place of integrity, you can't help but be on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hate that I see so many people just trying to DIY their way through purpose and business. And coaching it takes so much time out of the process because you're not spending money here trying to figure this part of life out, or spending money there and reading these books and paying for these courses and still being unmoved. So I just want you to talk about the power of coaching in life, just in general, and then talk about what you do as a coach.
Yeah, so y'all, if y'all ain't figured out, I'm old school. And one of the things that my daddy will always say is if my daddy would always say, if somebody has already showed you and they've done it, use their life as an example, good, bad, or indifferent. My mama would say, if Johnny jump off the bridge, do that mean you need to jump off the bridge too? And so those life lessons help me, I'm just going to be transparent, to make life decisions because I saw whether you knew it or not, you was coaching me. I saw what the decisions that you made and where they led you. Whether if it was a life of drugs, whether if it was a life of gangs, whether if it was a life of partying or, sex, or whether if it was a life of, trying to do right. I looked at the examples that I saw, and they made me make decisions early on not to. Like, my husband would tell you, he'd be like, she a whole square, y'all. She a whole square. But I'd be like, why did I need to have that experience for when I seen what it did for them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just common sense to me. It's not for everybody else. I'll be honest. I wasn't one that was susceptible to peer pressure. Because if I see you over here looking like a whole fool, I'm not supposed to look like no whole fool. Like, no. And so I'm bringing that up to say the point of what Brittany was trying to say. A coach is one that a lot of times has been there, done that. They've already got the t-shirt. You feel me? And they are trying to help you so that you can better navigate your path you're trying to go. They already have the hindsight and the foresight. Then they can see in you what you don't see in you, and they can see what's coming for you that you can't see, but they know it. And so, especially one, like she said, with discernment, especially one that has, let's just be real, that's a believer and also flows, you feel me? And so the coaching, if you think of it like that and you apply it to whether it's a life coach, whether it's whether they working with you on purpose, it's so many different ones, a fitness coach, a catalog names. But at the end of the day, they're trying to help you to do life right and well. And they're trying to coach you from what they see in you, for you, and about you. And it's really that plain. A therapist kind of looks at what was, and a coach looks at what is and what's going to be. And that's kind of the two of how I make the distinction, and I try and make it plain in that. And so coaching is great, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your physical health, whatever, if it's in just your kind of even just an empowerment, just to empower you and to work on your self-worth. Whatever area you need a coach in, utilize it, because it is helpful. They see what you don't see. They see your blind spots. They see where you're trying to go, and they can help you navigate it. That's what a coach does. They come alongside you. Y'all feel me? They come alongside you and they help you, whether it's, hey, that's coming up ahead. Hey, maneuver to the left. Hey, matter of fact, jump next. They able to walk with you through this thing and partner with you in that way. And so that's in the sense of a lot of what I do, as a life coach myself. I don't have all the answers. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be in this thing with you, and I'm going to try and help you to navigate, develop a plan, and to work this thing out so that we can get you not just where you want to be, but where you should be. And so that's a lot of the work that I do. Of course I have, because I tell people, I already know for on 100. I ain't for everybody. I know that, period. And so because of that, try me out. Get a purpose call. Get some time in with me and see if how I am is what you want. Check me out. Look me up. Research me. Cause trust and believe, I'm gonna do the same when we meet and when we talk. Because I don't want to over deliver and over promise, and I can't meet you at your point of need. So I'm gonna do the same thing as well. And so that's very key. It's very key. Catch that, y'all. It's very key that you actually can have a real, authentic, trusting relationship with your coach. Because if you don't have that, you wasting your time, their time, and your money. If you're not gonna go on and get nitty gritty and do the work and do what they say, go on and wrap it up. Like, you wasting time. And if and I'm not gonna just take your money. So I'm not gonna be that one. It's some that will. I'm not gonna just take your money. So make sure that the relationship is one that is going to be, you're going to be able to respect them, you're going to be able to trust them, and you're going to be able to honor the relationship.
Definitely. And I think it's great you mentioned, just because you reach out to a coach, don't take offense if they don't invite you as a client.
Mm-hmm.
Because I only allow, like you said, my clients are people I'm only 100% confident I can help. And there are some people that I can help that I just prefer not to work with, because I need people who are going to show up a certain way. And if that's not it's just not a good fit. You may need a different type of coach, because every coach has a different approach,
Listen, Brittany, they may need a whole therapist too.
That too. Definitely. Because like you said, counseling, therapy, that's dealing with stuff that has already happened. Some of the things that might be rooted in how you show up in the world. That's what a therapist and counselor does. I ain't that deep, honey. Like, you're going to experience a great transformation, but the transformation you're going to get is based on who you are right now. Not what happened to you 10, 15 years ago. I don't deal with that now. As a coach, I take you as you are, who you are today, and get you from who that person is to where you're trying to go. Now, if you feel like you got some unresolved stuff that you need to work out, baby girl, I might know somebody. I might know a therapist. I might know a counselor, but just don't take offense. And don't take offense if you see your homegirl has so-and-so as her coach. Just because that is the good fit for your homegirl doesn't mean that's the good fit for you. So just understanding the importance of finding someone that's a good fit for you, because
Absolutely.
If you go after one, you got a lot of people who have coach hurt. They've invested in a coach and didn't have the experience they were hoping for and stuff. And sometimes that's not even just on the account of that coach accepting, but also because you jumped for it and you really didn't vet them the way you should. So, like you said, Tanya, there are some coaches, if you got the money, hey, it's all free game to them, but that's not how I operate. If I'm not 100% sure we're a good fit, baby girl, I might see other resources or refer you out to someone else, but don't take offense to that. Be grateful that you have someone who operates in integrity enough to tell you this is not a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Do not take offense to that. So I'm glad you shared that. And I want to say thank you again for coming in. I've had so much fun having you here. I look forward to having you again. But put it out there.
I'm just gonna put it out there. No, I love you, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Wink, wink.
I'm gonna throw that out there. But I'm really glad you came and hung out with us today for a Saturday social. And so Tanya, if they want to get in touch with you, have more content, what do they need to do? Like, how can they stay connected? Because I know you mentioned your book, Things My Mama Said. So, tell us about your book and the services you offer too.
Absolutely. So we're on Facebook. So let me just kind of point you to where I am on Facebook. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. You can find me under Talking with Tanya. That is where I will be, Talking with Tanya. So definitely give me some love, some likes, some follows, some subscribes, because as you help me, I can help more people. And that's really what it's about. And I'm also at the books that she mentioned. I have 3 projects that are out, a 4th one coming out soon. Mind Matters, getting out of your head, jumping back into life, because sometimes you get stuck. I want to help you figure out how to get unstuck, back on purpose, especially right now, like literally, especially right now. I actually did an IGTV post the other day about literally how I ended up needing to use my own tools and tips so that I could bounce back from unexpected, unplanned, and unwanted things that was happening in the middle of COVID-19. Okay, so it's real. So definitely check out Mind Matters, especially right now. And then things my mama said, it's about love and life, the love of our mom trying to teach us how to do life right and well. So it's sayings, some stories behind those sayings, and then life lessons. Because like I said before, some people didn't have those times, those stories. They didn't have those truths. So I share them with you guys so that it can help you along the way. And so that's out there. Hey, you might want to get it for Mother's Day. I'm just saying, it's coming up. And then the next one is the Pro Series. It's a mini book, just reminding you, literally, there's a pro in you. There's a pro in you, and there's also provision in you to be able to do anything called purpose for your life. The 4th book that's coming out, project, is called Motivated Effort. It's just reminding you that it all starts with you. Each project, when I say that, it comes with either a book. It comes with a book, but then it also comes with a journal, a prayer journal, a guide, a workbook. So I'm not just going to talk to you about it. I'm going to make you do the work too. So that's another way I be doing coaching on the side. I be getting y'all on the cool. I'm like, I'm going to coach you through this journey. Y'all think I'm going to get you. We going to do some work. So that's literally one way. If you're not ready to do direct coaching with me, get the journals, get the guides, get the workbooks and different things like that. And so that's all at shop.tanyajmiller.com. You also can see I have on a shirt that says Purpose Don't Lie. So that's, a message tee. I have message apparel, message buttons, different things like that reinforce messages that are positive and on purpose. So check that out. Again, shop.tanyajmiller.com. And then if you join my fam at bit.ly, all caps, join fam, you get 20% off. I'm just saying, that's a big deal. But if you don't shop at my store, I will not be offended. You can go directly to get the books and the journals on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. They are in print, digital, and audio for the books, and then for print only in the journals. Coaching, information on coaching, packages, all of that is at tanyajmiller.com. I also do leadership strategy, organizational development as well. And you can find information on my website as well at tanyajmiller.com. And then I have, like I said, I be trying to get coaching done on the cool. So I have online classes on life and leadership that are already on my school at school.tanyajmiller.com. And so you can go get it on different topics. I think it's like 8 or 10 courses out there. So check them out. And then lastly, y'all see the little gold chain? She not a rapper, but she do got a mixtape. I do got a mixtape, and it's basically me doing what I do with Talking with Tanya over a dope beat. It's on all digital platforms, so check it out. Talking with Tanya, the mixtape volume 1. Stream it, download it, just help a sister out, help me get the word out. I appreciate it, and definitely I would look forward to coming back for sure, Brittany. Like we said, it is a word, even if it's for one somebody, it's a whole word, y'all, and it is specifically tailored for you, because we went through, and us going through, knew we had to persevere, because we had to talk today, because somebody needed this word today. They didn't need it next week. They didn't need it tomorrow. They needed to be reminded of what was in them, what was on them, and what was for them, and how they needed to do life unapologetically on purpose. So I am grateful for the opportunity. I am looking forward to just continue to build community, connection, and collaboration. And I encourage you all to do the same, because we don't have to do this thing called life alone. We don't have to do our purpose alone either. You can partner, you can collaborate, you can work with different individuals so that you guys can continue to do life unapologetically. You don't have to be in isolation. In isolation, you can build things, you can work on things, and you can do it just where you at. So I'm grateful. I'm excited for what we did today and where we going. And we just want to make sure we leave y'all with a mindset about being intentional. Be intentional about where you're doing, what you're doing, and where you're going. Be intentional about your purpose because it's yours and yours alone.
Yes, thank you again, Tanya. Y'all, tag somebody that you think needs to hear this or can benefit from it. And really take note. Like take this to heart. Like Tanya said, we went through trying to get this broadcast to work today, and I know that it was for a purpose. There was somebody or that will listen on a replay that needed this. And so, until next time, in the words of Tanya J. Miller, live unapologetic on purpose, and we will chat with you all later.